What went wrong for Real Madrid in the Madrid derby against Atletico Madrid at the Metropolitano just over a week or so ago? Because Real Madrid got absolutely embarrassed. It was such a shocking one-sided performance. But it's an issue Real Madrid have had for a minute because we have not won a big game in what feels like a year and a half now. Because if you don't count the Man City game at the Bernabeu, where Kylian Mbappe scored a hat-trick, that second leg where we won and knocked them out and went through. And the only reason we played them and had to play that extra game in the Champions League is because we were so poor in the league phase of the Champions League. But if you don't count that game, we have lost every single big game in the past year and a half. Whether we're playing against an AC Milan at the Bernabeu, or whether we're playing against a Barcelona home or away, it don't matter. It don't matter what the team name is. It don't matter who we're coming up against. If we're playing a big game, we are getting demolished or we are picking up an L. And it's becoming a problem. But this is a topic for another day and another video. What I want to do today is focus specifically on the Atletico Madrid game and what went wrong there. Now let's start with Real Madrid's fixtures and their performances so far this season. Not counting the PSG game, not counting the Tirol game, from right here, from the first game in La Liga. We picked up a 1-0 victory against Osasuna. Not the best. Not the best. Not in performance, not in scoreline. But okay, first game of the season, we got the dub. Let's not focus too much on it. Next game, 3-0 to Oviedo away from home. Much better, much more like what you expect from Real Madrid. And you're thinking, okay, now we're getting back into the rhythm of things. But then we're back at home at the Bernabeu and we've got a 2-1 victory over Mallorca. Again, similar to the Osasuna game. Not really what you want to be seeing, neither performance-wise nor scoreline-wise. Like, we should be scoring a lot more and dominating a lot more against a team like Osasuna or Mallorca, especially at the Bernabeu. Then we go away to Sociedad, and at this time, Sociedad was third. They were playing very, very well. I don't know where they are now, but they were playing very, very well. We were away from home, and we got a red card. So a 2-1 away from home against a very, very good team in a very, very difficult place to go to. No complaints at all. Very, very good result. Then you have the Marseille game, where again, not the best performance. Marseille looked very, very good, and they were all over us for large parts of the game. But again, we were a man down, we got a red card, and maybe it could have been better before the red card, but the red card did change things a lot, and in the end, we scrapped a 2-1 victory, because they could have definitely got something from this game. But again, you have to question both the scoreline and the result, or the performance, I should say. Then you have Espanyol at home, a bit better. 2-0. I can't even remember this performance, to be honest. I can't remember how we played against Espanyol at the Bernabeu, so I can't really comment on the performance because I literally said I can't remember. But a 2-0 scoreline against Espanyol is not bad at all. Followed by a 4-1 away from home against Levante. Again, that is very good. That is very, very good. Again, I don't remember this performance, but the scoreline looks very, very good. And then we have the 5-2 against Atletico Madrid. And we're not going to worry about the Kairat Almaty game or the Villarreal game. We're going to worry about it only up to this point. Let's get back here and have a look at the stats and dive deeper into what went wrong. Because clearly the performances weren't really there. The scorelines every now and then looked okay. And the last game against Levante was kind of showing, okay, maybe we're kind of getting back there. And then Espanyol before that kind of showed maybe we're getting back there. But then you get hit with this. And to be completely honest, how many of us are surprised? How many of us are actually surprised? Because we were shocking the same way we've been shocking against every big team going back to Carlo's time a year ago. We were shocking the same way we were shocking against PSG in the Club World Cup a few months ago under Xabi Alonso. Now, I don't want to put too much importance on the Club World Cup and PSG because we made two very, very, very big mistakes from two of our centre-backs that put PSG 2 ahead. And then when a team like PSG is ahead of you, it's always going to be hard. So we're not going to put too much importance on the PSG game because it was early into Xabi Alonso's time, but again, it was another big game, and we can't ignore the fact that in another big game, we just got walked all over. We got embarrassed. So for that reason, we have to keep that in mind as well. But focusing on this game, they scored first with Lenormand. We then got into the game thanks to some great work from Mbappe and Guler, and then again by Guler, but this time provided by Vinny, we go ahead. We can't hold our lead because just before half-time, they score and it's 2-2. And in an away game or at home, it is massive. Those kind of goals are massive because it changes the whole atmosphere of the stadium. Everybody gets hyped up. Everyone is roaring and thinks, this is us. We've got this. We've got them. They're reeling and we need to push. The team talk changes in the dressing room. The atmosphere changes in the dressing room. And to be fair, Atletico didn't really need it, but they just came out guns are blazing in the second half. And then they got their second goal thanks to a penalty. And then a free kick from Alvarez. We're going to fully ignore the fact that the Atletico Madrid player was within 1 meter of the wall and the free kick shouldn't have counted and it should have been an indirect free kick because he was literally right next to the wall. But we're going to ignore that. They go 4-2 up. Then in the last minute, thanks to an assist by, I mean, he didn't really assist it, but he might as well have. Fede Valverde with a God knows what kind of pass. Griezmann makes it 5-2 and we get embarrassed. Let's have a look at these stats. There's nothing here says we deserve to win this game. Expected goals, 2.3, 0.6. We had possession, and Xabi Alonso has been a big, constantly saying, oh, we need to be the possession team, or we need to be the team that holds the ball, and we did that, but we lost. We didn't have as many shots. We didn't have as many shots on target. We didn't create as many big chances. We didn't even miss any big chances because we didn't create them. I guess the 2 chances we had were the goals. Passing accuracy was decent, but no one cares about that because we took 5. And it is just grim the rest of the way. Expected goals, they're all over us. Shots, they're all over us. Passes, we're ahead because, you know, keeping the ball is the most important thing. What did Jose Mourinho say in one of his interviews? We can take the ball home with them, we'll take the 3 points. That's basically what we did. That's basically what we did. Who cares that we had 88% pass accuracy or double their passes or 300 or 500, total passes? Who cares? Who cares? We got thumped 5-2. What does the passes matter? And the rest of the stats, they're the exact same. I mean, it's just not a good read. It's just not good at all. And the biggest problem is that it looked like they wanted it more. It looked like Atletico Madrid wanted it more than we did. Our players didn't look like they cared. They didn't look like they were bothered. The system looked like it didn't know what it was doing. Xabi Alonso has to take some blame because he was the one who's decided, oh, I'm going to start Jude Bellingham. And in the 2 games since that derby, Bellingham hasn't started. In fact, he's only played like 20 or 30 minutes. So clearly he was not ready to start, but yet you're taking a chance with him. And Bellingham was poor because he's not ready. And besides the selection of the team from Xabi Alonso, we also have to question the tactics. Because what were we doing? What were we really doing? We got walked all over. So we have to question Xabi Alonso and what he did. But we also have to question the players. We have to actually question the players. It was poor. It was an actual poor performance. And to be completely honest, like I said a bit earlier in the video, a performance that was coming. A scoreline that was coming. A result that was coming because we have not been playing well. Now, everyone knows these managers and modern day football, when they come into a new team, they have their system and they have their profile of players and they have their ideas, and it takes a while for things to get going for everyone. It happened with Pep Guardiola, it happened with Jurgen Klopp, it's happened with Mikel Arteta. It don't matter who it is, it takes a second for them to get going. Not every manager can be a Zinedine Zidane and win the Champions League 3 years on the bounce. Not every manager can be a Carlo Ancelotti and win the Champions League in his first season and then his third season. Do you get me? Sometimes managers need time and they need to give, players need to understand the system, which will take time. So that's all fine. But 5-2 is embarrassing. 5-2 is embarrassing because of the reasons it happened. Because of selection problems from the manager. Because of choices from his substitutions from the manager. Because why are you taking Arda Guler for Mastantuono instead of Jude Bellingham? That made no sense to me. Because of setup by the manager and game plan by the manager. Because we looked horrendous. We were getting walked all over. They were literally just crossing the ball in and our centre-backs couldn't win headers. It seems like no one in our team can win a header. So there were a lot of problems. There were a lot of things going on. And part of them is because of the players and what they were doing. But part of the blame also has to go to Xabi Alonso. We have to point fingers at the people who are to blame. And for this result, a lot of the blame has to go to the manager. A lot of it has to. Because of lineup, because of selection, because of game plan, because of substitutions. Now, since this result, I think it was Rodrigo in an interview today who came out and said, that can't happen again. This won't happen again. But this has been happening for the past year and a half or year. So I don't need to hear it, I need to see it. And once we're done from the international break and once we return to club football in a week or two, the big games are going to start rolling around. We're going to have El Clasico. We're going to have Liverpool at Anfield. We're going to have Juventus in the Champions League. The big games are coming. So we're going to see if they have in fact learned something and things are going to change, or if this is a problem that needs to be addressed one way or another, because clearly something is wrong. But anyway, I am going to call the video there. Thanks for watching and peace.